When storm clouds gather inside your mind, leaving you overwhelmed by quiet anxiety, the world feels impossibly heavy. Every breath seems burdened, and peaceful sleep feels like a distant memory. Yet, throughout human history, millions have walked through this exact darkness. A secret source of comfort has sustained weary souls through their darkest nights, waiting to restore your troubled heart right now. Imagine carrying a heavy weight that nobody else can see, feeling completely isolated in a crowded room. Your mind races with doubts, asking why tranquility feels so out of reach. But what if ancient sacred poetry held the precise key to calming your inner turmoil? To unlock this profound sense of relief, we must first look at where fear begins and how ancient wisdom confronts it head-on. When fear strikes without warning, it distorts your perspective and makes challenges seem insurmountable. You look for a safe refuge, a fortress where no emotional storm can tear down your spirit. Psalm 91 promises that exact sanctuary, describing a divine shelter where wings of protection cover those in need. Understanding this spiritual shield changes everything about how you face uncertainty tomorrow. Think of the times you stood before a daunting trial, feeling entirely defenseless against the roaring noise of life. In Psalm 46, God is declared as our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Even if the earth gives way and mountains fall into the heart of the sea, peace is accessible. Discovering how to quiet your thoughts unveils this immediate stillness. To experience true peace, one must learn the power of surrender. The famous words, "Be still, and know that I am God," invitation call us to stop striving in our own strength. When we pause the chaotic internal dialogue, we make room for divine tranquility to wash over our weary mind. But what happens when sorrow is too deep for simple quietness? Grief and heartbreak visit every human soul, leaving a painful emptiness that words often fail to describe. When your heart feels broken into 1,000 pieces, isolation tells you that nobody cares. Yet Psalm 34 verse 18 offers a gentle promise. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This presence brings healing you never thought possible. Healing is not an overnight event, but a gentle process where every tear is recognized and valued. Psalm 147 reminds us that God heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, counting every star in the vast sky. If the Creator remembers every distant star, how much more does He care for your quiet aching? The realization opens the door to hope. When darkness lingers, the night feels endless, and you wonder if joy will ever return to your life. Psalm 30 offers a profound perspective. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Pain is only a temporary season, not your final destination. As daylight breaks over the horizon, a powerful transformation begins inside your wounded spirit. Transitioning from sorrow to strength requires renewing your perspective when fear tries to dictate your path. In times of uncertainty, fear whispers that you are completely alone and helpless. Yet Psalm 27 boldly declares, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" This powerful verse turns helpless vulnerability into unshakable confidence, lighting up even the darkest forest ahead. Consider where your help comes from when life feels like an exhausting uphill climb against fierce winds. Psalm 121 instructs us to lift our eyes up to the mountains, reminding us that help comes from the Creator of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you neither slumbers nor sleeps during your battle. When weary steps make you feel like giving up, knowing a divine guardian protects your journey brings unmatched relief. You do not need to fight every battle in your own fragile capacity. The shade of divine protection surrounds your daily walk, keeping your soul safe from hidden traps. But how do we maintain this divine courage when fatigue sets in deeply? Fatigue is a natural response to long battles, but spiritual burnout requires a deeper kind of restoration. In Psalm 23, we encounter the shepherd who restores our soul and leads us beside still waters. This rest is not mere physical sleep, but a profound renewal of inner vitality. When your shepherd guides your path, total restoration is guaranteed. Imagine walking through a dark valley where shadows loom large and every noise seems threatening. Even in the deepest shadows, Psalm 23 promises you need fear no evil, for God is with you. His rod and staff provide comfort, steering you away from danger. Darkness loses its power over your life when you realize you never walk alone. As restoration takes root in your heart, guilt and past mistakes can still attempt to weigh down your spirit. Psalm 103 reassures us that as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Mercy replaces shame, freeing your conscience to soar again. This unearned forgiveness becomes the foundation for lasting joy. When forgiveness lifts the heavy burden of guilt, a profound feeling of gratitude begins to overflow within your heart. Psalm 103 calls upon our entire being to bless the Lord and forget not all his benefits. Remembering past deliverances strengthens your current faith, reminding you of the unwavering faithfulness that has carried you through every difficulty. Gratitude naturally shifts your focus from what is lacking to the abundance of blessings already present in your life. In Psalm 34, David declares, "I will extol the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips." Praise is not reserved only for good days, but serves as a powerful shield that protects your peace everywhere. When praise becomes your daily posture, your soul experiences a supernatural strength that physical circumstances cannot diminish. Psalm 84 describes those whose strength is in God, passing through dry valleys and turning them into places of fresh springs. Your hardest trials transform into spiritual breakthroughs, overflowing with life-giving water for yourself and others around you. Notice how the atmosphere changes when joy replaces heavy mourning in your heart. Psalm 30 verse 11 celebrates this beautiful miracle. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy. Grief does not have the final word over your story. Renewal is taking place right now, clothing your spirit with vibrant new strength. With restored joy comes an unshakable foundation that no future storm can destroy. Psalm 118 reminds us that the Lord is on our side, making us bold and resilient. When you anchor your heart in divine promises, life's unpredictable storms lose their power to shake your core. You stand firm like a rock amid rushing tides. As you walk in this restored strength, your life becomes a beacon of light for others who are navigating dark times. Psalm 40 verse 3 speaks of a new song placed in our mouth, a hymn of praise that inspires hope in many. Your personal victory becomes proof that peace is possible, inviting struggling hearts to seek the same eternal comfort. No matter what emotional season you currently inhabit, whether deep sorrow, anxious fear, or quiet waiting, there is a psalm carved specifically for your soul. These timeless sacred verses are not merely distant historical words, but living promises ready to elevate your spirit right now. Embracing them aligns your daily mind with divine truth, replacing all internal noise with everlasting heavenly tranquility. As you carry these sacred scriptures within your daily routine, peace becomes your permanent companion rather than a fleeting moment. Psalm 150 concludes the book of Psalms with universal praise, urging everything that has breath to praise the Lord. Every breath you take is a gift designed to be lived in freedom, joy, and divine grace. Let these eternal verses anchor your spirit whenever life's burdens feel heavy or overwhelming. Whenever doubt arises, return to these songs of deliverance and allow their power to lift your soul above any shadow. The same God who inspired these words continues to watch over your journey with unconditional love, protecting your going out and coming in. May you step forward today fully clothed in divine strength, knowing that ultimate comfort is always within your reach through these holy psalms. Carry this abiding peace into your home, your work, and your quiet moments of daily rest. Wherever your earthly journey leads, remember that you are deeply loved, faithfully protected, and never truly alone in any dark season.